Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. Your boy Wild Carmine back in the building with another episode of I.O.W Sports Show. Hey, no more Olympics. Y'all know what that means. No more Olympics. Gotta say it real hood way. No more Olympics. Well, we ain't talking no NBA. Baseball is cool and all, but we ain't talking about that. NFL is right around the corner, and we're gonna preview these teams as many as we can to the opening day. So I brought a guest with me to help preview this next team. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. Your boy Wild Carmine back in the building, representing I.O.W Sports Show here with another episode. And man, like I said in the opening, we ain't talking no other sport. We talking about that major sport, the sport that everybody really cares about 24/7, 365. We talking about that good old NFL football. And we trying to preview as many teams as we can before the opening kickoff September 5th. And so you see the background. We are previewing today those Cleveland Browns, the dog pound. So I had to bring my number one dog to talk Cleveland Browns football. Hey, he's one half of the dynamic duo of myself, Audible podcast every Friday. I had to bring my man, Bobby G. What's good, bro?
What up? What's happening? Oh, you haters. Get at me.
Hey. What's good, bro?
Hey, I'm chilling, man. Thanks for the invite. Happy to be here. Let's get to the biz.
Yeah, no doubt. I even wore orange for the dog pound today. I don't know. It just happened the laundry worked out that way. But anyway, yeah, man, it's 2024, a new season. Cleveland Browns football on the way. You guys went, correct me if I'm wrong, you went 12-5 last year?
11-6.
11-6. Hey, which is a come up.
So we're the sixth best team in the NFL.
Hey, especially when you put it in that perspective, that means something, man. So, talk to me, man. What's your overall thoughts and feelings of your Cleveland Browns and how they measure up this year, not only in the division, but as well as the very, very, very tough AFC? Talk about it, man.
Well, regardless of what the national media may think, because they dislike one person, coming in, we had 10 out of 11 starters returning on defense. We have really 11 out of 11 starters returning on offense. The only 11 and a half because we got Jerry Jeudy, and Jerry Judy's taking somebody's spot. We didn't let anybody go, so it's a plus. I mean, when you bring back 21 out of 22 starters, of course we got a new offensive coordinator coming in, so that does make a little bit of difference. But same defensive coordinator, our defense played lights out. We were the 85 Bears at home. The only thing we didn't do was travel last year. Last year, we were very disappointing on the road. Bar finished the wild card game, gave up 45 to the Texans. So if they learn to travel this year, and we can just get average quarterback play out of Deshaun Watson, I feel we can win the division. That was my look. But these preseason games, people say it's useless, but I've learned a couple of things.
Oh well. Speaking of it, because I'm not one of those people that think preseason is useless. I think there's a lot of dare I say, important information that you can gather from a preseason game. One, what kind of shape your starters are in. Two, how the depth chart is going to look beyond your starters. Reserves, special teamers, people that may not get the shine. I think it's very important to see what you got behind your starters. That's a plus on preseason. And then three, what mistakes or problems that might be arise that you think that the team needs to take care of leading into the regular season. So I think those are three important things that you get from preseason. I don't know if you agree with those things, but what are some of the things that you're finding about your squad, the Cleveland Browns, so far in preseason and training camp?
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree with what you said, because obviously last year, as everybody saw, we got hit by the injury bug hard, especially at the quarterback position. But I mean, really all over the roster, especially offensively. We lost both of our starting tackles pretty much for the year. Our offensive line was a hodgepodge of just pieces put together. But I wasn't worried as a fan, because in the preseason I saw our depth. Just like you stated, you get to see your depth. You get to see, when somebody goes down, you're like, oh no, I saw this guy. I have confidence in him. He can get the job done. Yeah. I don't have that confidence right now in the offensive line. Our offensive line is looking dreadful right now. I know a lot of people are complaining because Deshaun Watson hadn't played in the preseason, and we always, you get the fans that, well, Patrick Mahomes plays and Josh Allen plays and this one plays and that one plays. Well, he ain't them. Yeah. And I mean, and we're not those teams, and our coach ain't those coaches. Yeah, we have a different philosophy. And looking at this line, do you really want Deshaun Watson going out there behind the line the way they're looking?
Right now.
Yeah. DTR was getting beat up the other day. Huntley was getting beat up the other day. And we had the status of our two starting tackles is up in the air for week 1. So, we learned about the preseason showing us that offensive line that we've hung our hat on for the last 2 years, saying, yeah, we're one of the best units. Maybe it's time to do some polishing of that. We need to shape that back up. So hopefully the young guys that we've drafted over the last couple of seasons can fill in and step up to the plate.
Okay, so that kind of takes care of one of my questions, as you state that you got some causes to concern for your offensive line, and hoping that they can get that problem fixed going into the regular season. So we'll skip that question. What are some of the actual positives that you have so far about the Cleveland Browns that gives you the hope that you guys can actually go in and make some noise in the AFC North as well as the AFC in general?
On the defensive side of the football, this year I believe our defense will travel. I believe they will perform better on the road than they did last season, mainly because of continuity. Like I said, we got 10 out of 11 starters coming back. And to me, we have all of our main all secondary members coming back. And that's the big, because those guys got to communicate. We're one of the few teams in this league. We have the corner. We can play man-to-man all game. We have 3 way above well above average corners who are used to playing man-to-man. So I look for us to throw a lot of blitzes at a lot of teams. The guys on the defensive line, not named Myles Garrett, are looking to compete with Myles Garrett and not just help him out. And I like hearing that. These guys are trying to make a name for themselves and not just trying to be in awe of Myles and follow his lead per se. They're looking to stand out. All of them have goal of double-digit sacks. So I like hearing that. JOK, he got his money. He's focused on football. It's always good. We see what's going on in San Francisco with Brandon I.O.W. Down in Dallas with CD Lamb. Guys distracted, trying to get paid. Hey, all of our guys are paid. I like that. They're paid. They're not worried about anything outside of football. It's all focused on the field. So I like seeing that. Offensively,
Ooh,
And
I don't
I
like that
know I rode this man's back
I was
for a
about to
half a season. Jerry Judy.
Hey, you remember when we roasted him, right? And was going in
Oh,
on him.
I would never
And,
forget it.
and
3 for
we
14.
oh dog, so behind the scenes, y'all, me and Bobby we do the Audible podcast every Friday night. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. But this was when we were doing the Thursday night prime post game recap, and it was the Chiefs and the Broncos, and that was the episode that Steve Smith went in on Jerry Judy. And Jerry Judy had a little Twitter beef with Steve Smith, and we both said, "How dare you have the audacity to go after a Hall of Famer, and you show up and you don't perform. You barely even made the Cliff Notes. You know what I'm saying? So that joke ran pretty much for the rest of the season, and then in the off season. The moment I heard that Jerry Judy had got traded to the Cleveland Browns, I jumped and I called Bobby ASAP. I said, "Boy, you saw what happened, right?" He said, "No." Hey, I was like, "Go look at your feed, man. We had a good chuckle that, lo and behold, Jerry Judy is in a Browns uniform." So talk about it, man. You kind of have to. Well, I don't want to say eat crow or take back, the slander that we threw on Homeboy, because it was well deserved. Let's be honest, it was well deserved. But man, now he's rocking the uniform. So, kind of give me your expectations on what Jerry Judy could possibly add to this offense.
Yeah, no, I'm not eating no crow, man. You go out and you talk, run your mouth to a Hall of Famer like that, and you come out and you get 3 catches for 14 yards. You deserve to be talked about. And it's the same now. I'm still going to talk about him, talk dirty about him, except I have the expectations of him to perform. Now you go out and do your thing. I got no beef with you, but if you're out here running your mouth like you on the neck, bro, you were in the same draft class as Justin Jefferson. As a matter of fact, you were drafted before Justin Jefferson.
Ooh.
Now I will give you a pass and some line. Like, you on the Denver Broncos. You haven't had the best quarterback. He wasn't there during the Peyton Manning era. They've been looking for a quarterback ever since. Cortland Sutton's your number 1, and he's been in and out of the rotation, but you were drafted to be a number 1, and you haven't stepped up to the plate in your career. I mean, it just is what it is. Now you're in a situation you're playing with a vet receiver, Amari Cooper, who can really, it's almost like the NBA. You see rookies with high potential who gets around the wrong vets, and you see one who gets around the right type of vets. In Denver, he didn't really have vets. Cortland Sutton was also a young receiver trying to find his way. So you got the blind leading the blind, and then you don't get the leadership from the quarterback position. It's almost like, what do you expect the guy to be? Here, he's got Deshaun Watson, to guide him in the right direction. He's got Amari Cooper to guide him in the right direction. He's got David Njoku to take some attention away on the field. He's got a Nick Chubb. Like, you don't have to be the guy at all. You can just relax, play football. And once again, like I said a couple minutes ago, he got his money. He can just focus on football because we hit him with that extension. But with great power comes great responsibility, sir. And I don't expect to see a lot of 3 for 14 games.
At least you hope not.
Yeah. I'd rather you not catch a pass, bro.
Hey, that's crazy. So you talk about people getting their money. Obviously, Jerry Judy, he gets paid literally right after he got traded. JOK got his money. The one guy that already has his money, and people are still waiting to see this guy that we saw that was dynamic, because we just got to be real about it. All right, there was a point in time that we was talking about Deshaun Watson with the Patrick Mahomes, with the Josh Allens, with the Lamar Jacksons. We were talking about him in that sense at least 3-4 years ago, before obviously the off the field distractions and the injuries and the suspensions. We were literally talking about Deshaun Watson in that same breath. Kind of give me your expectations, or what have you seen so far in training camp that, hey man, I think Deshaun might be back to old school Houston Texans kind of Deshaun Watson, taking down Alabama in the college football playoff. Deshaun Watson, kind of give us your thoughts on him.
All right. I don't want Houston Deshaun Watson first. I don't like. If you want to be your old self, then you've made some bad choices along the way. If you want to be your old self going forward, you'd messed up somewhere wrong along the way. I like who I am right now, and I'm looking forward to who I'm going to be in the future. That's the Deshaun Watson I want, and I like him right now. Me myself, I consider myself a student of the game. I got caught up in looking at what everybody else was looking at in terms of Deshaun Watson. I had to stop and put my thinking cap on. Wait a minute. This man sat out basically two years of football.
Yep.
Anybody who misses 2 years of anything, just not rust, but you gotta. Things happen. The game improves. Things happen. We saw last year. Defense caught up to offense in the NFL. Quarterback play was down across the board in the NFL.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson has played 12 games since his suspension. If you look at his numbers, they are eerily similar to his rookie year, in which he didn't come in until halfway through. The numbers are eerily similar. It's like a couple more touchdowns, but yardage wise, it's completion percentage wise.
Yeah,
his 12 games in Cleveland look exactly like his rookie year in Houston to a degree. What happens now? Now we're really in his second year in the NFL. So I expect that second year in Houston Deshaun, like I expect him to come back. He's called back up in game speed. He's gone through a normal regular season. He had the injury, so he's doing some rehab, but he's back to a normal football rhythm.
Yeah.
So I expect him to come out firing on all cylinders. I don't expect him to return to elite form yet.
Okay.
But I believe he will perform in the top 10 to 12 range of QBs this season.
Okay. Hey, there's 14 spots in the playoffs, 7 on each conference. For being a top 10 to 12 quarterback, 14, that's a playoff team. So I
think we made the playoffs without a quarterback last season.
True. Y'all had people in and out. And you had to get old Flacco off the couch and him play. So yeah, man, it was situations like that also I thought and don't get me wrong, I'm glad DeMeco Ryans got Coach of the Year last year, but I would not have been upset.
Stefanski got it.
Oh yeah, he did. You're right. You are absolutely right. My fault. And to be honest, I'm not upset that he got it because Stefanski, for the job that he did to get that team to the playoffs with so many injuries. Yeah. Name me a coach that would have done what he did.
At any point, he could have lost that locker room. At any point. He not only lost the locker room, Cash would have just been like, "Hey, man, I ain't going out here risk my body, man. Our quarterback's gone. Our running back is gone. Yeah. We're on the 4th string of quarterbacks. Wait, we getting Flacco off the couch? What he got left? You know what I'm saying? Y'all lost people on defenses. I mean, it was just a very very injury prone year last year, and still to walk away with 11 victories. Hey, I can't be mad at a guy getting Coach of the Year for doing what he did. Let's talk about this real quick. You get somebody very important back at the running back position. When healthy, we're talking about a top 5 running back. Kind of speak on the difference, how that offense looks with and without Nick Chubb, man. Go ahead, talk on that. We want to say it's a passing league, but I mean, if you look at the game stats, the team that usually wins the running battle wins the game, regardless of how the quarterback performs. The reason that is because late in the game, you need to drain that clock. You do it with the running game. Yeah. If you ain't got that running game, that's when all these great comebacks happen that we've been seeing so often. Like your guy. Imagine if the Buffalo Bills had a running back, maybe they could have salted off those 13 seconds and not, maybe left only 3 seconds on the clock. But they didn't have a running back.
True.
But no, having
well, they do have a running back. He just happens to play quarterback at the same time. That's the only problem.
Fair. That is very fair. But no, having Nick Chubb back there in the backfield, he is definitely a difference maker. I like to if had we not lost Nick Chubb last season and say everything still plays out the way it did, we could do the quarterback shuffle. We won 11 games. If Nick Chubb was there, we might have won 13-14. He's that valuable. We might have ended up in the AFC Championship game. We could have possibly ended up in the Super Bowl regardless.
No, fair enough.
Just with his presence.
No cap.
Yeah, there's a couple games, Seattle, where we could have used them to run some clock. And again, that was one of those comeback victories because we couldn't drain that clock. So yeah, having him back there, not only just on the field, but his the confidence he gives the rest of the team, like knowing he's back there, even on defense. Like they know when they get a stop, I'm gonna get this rest because Nick about to take about 5-6 minutes off the clock. We can get this rest and we go out and do our thing, get after the quarterback. The boost he is in the locker room, just great team guy. You never hear a bad word about him from anybody. He doesn't do anything verbally in the media to put the team in harm's way. He just comes in, does his job, and goes home. He take this. Listen, people, personality-wise, I'm saying personality-wise, he reminds me a lot of Barry Sanders.
Ooh,
like just personality. You go back, you remember Barry didn't talk, man. He just came in, did his job, and went home. And
went about his business. Yeah.
He didn't never spiked the ball. Nick Chubb is the exact same way. He's never spiked the football. He just comes in, does his job, and he gives you 110% every single Sunday. So having him back will be huge this season.
I love it. And remember, Barry will just score a touchdown and just hand the ball to
Nick Chubb, exact same way. Either he'll do that or he'll give it to a lineman.
And let him spike. Yeah. I dig it. No, a big boost with having him back. Nick Chubb is so I love watching his game. I'm hoping that he can stay healthy. That was a very gruesome injury he had last year.
Yeah, we coming after you, Minka. And I like Minka too. I like Minka. But that first Pittsburgh game gonna be very interesting.
Oh, speaking of division rivalries, I'm gonna put you on the spot, button. I gotta put you on the spot, my dog.
Yeah.
Rank your division from 1 to 4. Obviously, 4 being coming up in last in that division, first winning that division. Go ahead and rank that division, brother.
I got us winning the division. I think we'll take it this year. I got the Ravens finishing. I got the Steelers finishing second.
Really?
The Ravens finishing third, and the Bengals finishing fourth. But hot take, I believe all 4 teams make playoffs.
And I'm not mad at that. Obviously, me and you have had conversations on the I.O.W podcast, and I say that everywhere. Just I've gone. I would not be surprised if all 4 teams in the AFC North made it to the playoffs. Just because, look, in division, those 6 games that you play, y'all gonna beat the crap out of each other. I know that. Yeah. That's understood. But the toughness that this division plays with is hard to get matched anywhere else in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, we all thought San Francisco was bullies. What happened when they went up against teams in the NFC North?
1-3.
Yeah. And the only victory that they got was against a Pittsburgh team that had no idea what they were doing on offense in week 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, they went to Cleveland, got bullied. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati handled their business in San Francisco. Baltimore, and you called this one. I remember you called this one. You said, watch what I'm about to tell you. Baltimore's about to go in and bully San Francisco. Sure enough, not only did they bully them, they made them very pedestrian. So
he put them paws on them.
okay, you put the paws on them boys. Say, hey man, I'm not mad at it. You go in Cleveland 1, you go in Pittsburgh 2.
Pittsburgh 2.
I'm actually shocked by that one. And then you're going Baltimore 3 and Cincinnati 4. I think that 8 for the other Ohio team is playing a factor in that. But
I'm gonna throw something out for the Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh fans. Can we not? All right, we didn't watch 2 preseason games. Can we now cut all this Justin Fields about to take Russell's job stuff? Can we cut that out now? Can we stop it?
Well, let's be fair, Bobby. Neither one of them have like blown nobody away. So,
but it don't matter. I walk into Mike Tomlin's office with one of these.
I feel you.
One of these. Does that young man have one of these? No. Okay. Sit down. Shut your mouth. Don't say. Just zip it.
Learn
I'm the starter. Watch me work.
Hey, look. I'm not mad if they put Russ first. That's not the issue. I'm looking at that. Can either one of those quarterbacks stay upright? I got concerns for the offensive line. You got concerns for your offensive line. I got concerns for Pittsburgh's offensive line. Preseason. So I don't think it matters who they got back there. Can they avoid the rush?
That's what. But Russ been dealing with this issue his whole career.
True.
Except for maybe first 4 seasons.
Yeah.
After that, they stopped investing in offensive line.
That's true. But man, like always, man, I'm gonna get you up out of here, Bobby G. We always have a great time talking football. Before we get out of here, obviously, plug anything and everything that you need to make sure that these fine folks who are watching and listening can make sure that they like, share, and subscribe to all your content, my brother. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Brought it back by popular demand on Wednesdays, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. You can catch me Game Time 216. And of course, every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. You can catch me and the homie Wildcard Mar keeping it a buck. And you can be heard on Audible Sports Podcast where sports meets life and culture. And then after that, catch me on the Let's Talk Sports Network talking hoops, in the hoop. So we do that. But and yeah, get out of here. Quick message for all them Caitlin Clark haters that was out there trying to put her on me. Hey, it's quiet out there. 29-10. 29-10.
Hey man, that break did her justice. Yeah. I ain't even gonna cap, bro.
23-9, all-time rookie assist leader. And she did it in 2 less games.
She came out that Olympic break of fire. She did. I ain't even cap, man. So, but I think that was one of the things that we had talked about on the Audible podcast is I know she's going to have her struggles in the first half of the season, blase. It was expected, and she'll show flashes of greatness. But I've always felt that it was going to be more the second half, the back half of that season. Hey, she's taking her bumps, taking her lumps, taking her bruises, and this is when she's going to show that, hey, what I did to help revitalize women's college basketball, it wasn't no fluke. So, yeah, man, hey, wasn't no fluke. But, hey, man, we going to get up out of here on behalf of my brother, that man right there, Bobby G, one half of the Dynamic Duo of the Audible podcast again. Y'all make sure y'all check us out every Friday, man. We just don't talk sports, all right? It's the podcast where sports and culture collides, all right? Come be heard every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My man, Bobby G. Tap in with myself, Wildcard Mar. You see it right there on the Twitter page, KC Wildcard Mar, I.O.W Sports Network, with all the social medias at the bottom of the screen right there. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe to everybody's content. We be making some great stuff. And until then, y'all take care of yourself. We out, y'all, because we had